Hi, and welcome to My Consulting Coach. Today we are going to go through the main features of the platform so that you can better understand how it works. I'm going to go through the main steps for getting a consulting job. So discovery, landing an interview, screening tests, and case interview preparation. So the first step is discovery, understanding whether you really want to get into consulting. So for that, we've got an article here. It's quite self-explanatory. Also has the video version and an Excel spreadsheet to help you quantify different choices to understand which option is better for you. So again, this one is quite self-explanatory. Second step, landing an interview. So networking, cover letter and resume. We have all the guides here. They are very in depth, also with the video version if you would like to, which you can find here. If you want your resume to be reviewed, you can use our custom GPT that we trained on consulting resumes. So this is quite useful. We also have resume editing. This one, it is useful, but I think if you do a good job, you read the guide, you do it well, you get it reviewed by the AI, you can really get to a very good level. If you really want to make it perfect, then a human reviewer can add that extra step. The third step are the screen tests. So you submit your application, then you're invited to the tests, and you can find these on the HR will tell you what to do for these. We have an article for each one of them for the MBBs, and we're also adding others. The most popular one is the McKinsey Solve, but here under aptitude tests, you will be able to find all the screen tests that we have. And then let's move on to the case interview preparation, which is sort of the core of the platform and the most difficult part for most candidates. When you prepare for your case interviews, there are different steps. The first step is pretty much, and you have different steps which also depend on your background, right? And for those who are not familiar with business or case interviews, possibly this guide, which is again very, very comprehensive, is really long, touches on all points you need to know, is where you would start. Also, again, video version if you prefer. It also has sort of an index of other articles for the fit interview, the consulting math, the analytics, and which delve into sort of other topics. And this should already give you a very good understanding of what case interviews are about. If you want to learn more, then there's our Case Academy. This is the full-fledged case interview course, and it features absolutely everything you need to know about case interviews. And also the learning experience is quite refined. You have 3 different modules. You have a lecture, exercises, and tests. Lectures are what the name suggests. You have an intro with the time, the prerequisites, the learning objectives, and so on. The actual lecture with the timestamps and so on, and the lecture will be a video lecture with all the diagrams and so on. And finally, you have a revision summary, so you won't have to watch the video all the time to review some of the concepts. Then here we have exercises, and as the name suggests, these are questions you answer, and then as you submit, you get your feedback, and so you can practice. We have many of these are very useful drills. And finally, we have tests. These are mini cases under time pressure that test your ability to sort of solve these cases under a time constraint, and they are useful for simulating cases. The Case Academy, having these 3 components, can guide you through, again, all you need to know about the case interview. It can be a little bit overwhelming, so this introduction can be useful for everyone. The foundations are useful for those who are not familiar with business. The problem-driven approach and the building blocks are the key modules here that really teach you how to approach case interviews step by step, and then we have efficiency tools with all the analytics and a couple of examples with the full case exercises, and finally the fit interview. So here you're covered as pretty much everything you need to know. Can be slightly overwhelming again to go for everything. You may not need to go for everything. Just you can either get a personalized plan from our bot, or read our article here on how to prepare, and this will guide you through and will give you pointers on which sections are best for you. We also offer mentoring plans for those interested, if you want to have a coach that guides you through the whole preparation. So this is for the Case Academy now, and this was all for understanding what case interviews are and sort of seeing some examples here, which are also quite useful. Then the most important part is probably practicing. So here you have our case library, where you can go through different cases and practice. This is possibly one of the most important parts. So just go through cases on your own and see how the conversations look like and so on. If you can find, you have the meeting board and the candidate listing, very self-explanatory. Here you see all the different candidates, and you can send them a message if you want. You can schedule a meeting on the meeting board and so on. So this peer-to-peer practice can be quite useful. And finally, if you're interested in getting one-to-one coaching, you can also come here, and we have our coaching packages. As you log in, also My Consulting Coach offers you this personal area where you can see how your preparation is going. You have all your analytics, and you have your progress tracker, which is a key component in your preparation, and it shows you how you perform in the 5 macro areas of the case interview. These replicate a scorecard that consulting companies use to a certain extent. Every consulting company has obviously a different scorecard, but ultimately the macro areas are the same. And you populate this one by doing cases with your peers or cases with your with coaches. And again, you have very detailed feedback in here. And you, in terms of data, you also have the results of your self-assessments. That these are the self-assessments that you do in your Case Academy here.